Good afternoon. Before previous classes, last classes, yesterday, we were studying about the Russian Revolution. We had discussed about the socialism in Europe. There were people like Robert Owen. Then we had Louis Blanc and who were supporting this revolution, who supported socialism. By the 1870s, socialist ideas spread through Europe. To coordinate, to give support, to coordinate their efforts, socialist formed an international body, namely the Second International Workers in England and Germany began forming associations to fight for a better living and working conditions. Like as we already see, it happened in Russian industrialization. But as the industrialization was going through a process, first we had French Revolution also. We said people were doing industries. Then as industries were going through the whole of Europe, the conditions were the same. So in different areas, the people were fighting for their betterment. And as this betterment, the people from different areas, they started fighting for the right. The revolution grew up and it got support. By 1905, socialist and trade unionists formed a Labour Party in Britain. and a socialist party in France. Parties were formed in two different areas. One was in Britain, England, and the second one was in France. However, till 1914, socialists never succeeded in forming a government in Europe. During this time, there was a person known as Karl Marx, and he gave some thoughts. So, thoughts of Karl Marx. From 1818 to 1883. What were his thoughts? Industrial society was capitalist. Capitalist owned the capital invested in factories and the profit of capitalists was produced by workers. They put in money, they gave money, that is bringing the raw material, investment in machineries, investment in electricity, but the work was done, the goods were produced by the workers, but the labor that they put in, they were not getting the amount, the correct amount for that also. And whatever the profit is obtained by the product is all goes to capitalist, the person who has invested in it. The conditions of workers could not improve as long as this profit was accumulated means in the hand of one person by private capitalist. Workers had to overthrow capitalism and the rule of private property. But this is a difficult task to throw over people who have properties. You can observe in your day-to-day life how in last 3, 4, 5 months how poor people are being suffering, and how the capitalists, the people who have a lot of money, are enjoying. They have collected the money and even ran away from the country. You can have some examples. But laborers, the workers, the poor people have to struggle a lot. Marx believed that to free themselves, from capitalist exploitation, workers had to construct a radically socialist society where all properties were socially controlled. And this, the controlling of property, or this community or this society, this would be a communist society. Means there should be all equality, and where there will be an equality, there can be growth. He, means Karl Marx, was convinced that workers would triumph in their conflict with capitalist. A community, a social community, a communist society was the natural society of future. Means people who would live together with common ideas for the upliftment of the society. Not even society, we can say that we would like to look forward for the development of the nation, where there would be equality and things, properties would be in control in everyone's hand. They would not go in one particular hand.